Look around you, the good people you see. You look up and wonder, could they be like me? What are their stories, all they may have seen? Who did they get to meet? Where in the world have they been? I met some golden people with tall tales to tell. They met some famous people, found things too valuable to sell. Made moments they cherished like secrets sitting in a cold dark well. I'm here to raise the bucket, shine a light and lift the veil. It's time for the MAKSBeat music video show. Meeting with the people you'd like to know. Capturing the stories they need to share. Documenting moments with gentle care. Listening to music and making new friends. Telling their stories so it never ends. Hey, hey, my, rock and roll will never die. Lay two speakers at my feet. Wrap some headphones round my head and remember the music when I'm dead.
Stay tuned for the MAKSBeat music video show.
Hey everybody, this is Maria Kenny Blanchard with MAKSBeat Music Video Show. It's a new project I'm working on, and I have my first guest here tonight, Larry Butterton of the Peaks. He's much more than that, and we're going to find out about him and all his amazing, unique treasures in his wonderful house.
Not all of them.
Some of them, the important ones that he wants to share with us tonight, because we're documenting what Larry has to talk about, what Larry's been through, and all the amazing, unique experiences he's had in his life. Not all of them, because he's going to be moving to Canada soon, and I don't want to miss this opportunity to archive some of this. I would be sorely regretting it for the rest of my life if I didn't do this. So there's no money involved. This is a labor of love, and let's go upstairs and see what Larry has to talk.
This is just mainly family pictures and stuff, but my dad was a politico, and he loved meeting political people and finding what made them tick. So he took this picture and got the autographs of the Warren Supreme Court.
Get up a little higher so I can see this.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I got that.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. This is my dad right here. Oh. Before World War II, playing football somewhere in a field, like 1940.
Which one's your dad?
This was my dad right here.
He's the second guy.
Yeah.
Mr. Butterton Sr. What was his first name?
They called him Buddy.
Buddy Butterton.
Buddy Butterton. Okay. And we go on and we see.
What's that up there?
Oh, this guy was the Secretary of State of North Carolina, Thad Ewer.
Ah,
and I got to meet him.
Angus Barn.
That's his daughter.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Dad introduced me to him. He was a nice guy.
Is that a picture of you?
Where's that?
With Thad Ewer? Who is that shaking his hand?
Yeah, that's me.
Whoa. Look at that.
That's me. This is my 10th high school reunion, with at the time, my best friend, Frank Holt.
Look at you.
We were feeling no pain in that picture.
Got you.
Won't say anymore. Okay.
What else you got?
These are my daughters when I was a single dad, and this is about the time I became a single dad. And one was in diapers, and the other would just turn 5.
Why did you become a
single
single dad?
And Meredith. Their mother wasn't around anymore.
She wasn't around anymore. I'm going to get personal. If you don't want to share, don't share.
Go ahead and get personal. This is me in Florida with my grandmother. We called her Big Mama.
Where was that? What town?
Outside of Orlando. And that's me.
So I grew up there in Lake Helen.
Wow, I know. Yeah.
Do you?
And I was like 2 or something.
Is that like Lake Monroe?
I don't know is the answer.
It looks very similar.
This is me at 19.
Mercy.
And that's my dad. And that's my grandfather. And this is my great-grandfather.
Oh, that's great.
And this is my great-great-grandfather. Check out his nose.
That is really
and check out my nose. Which is funny.
Blood runs thick, doesn't it? What else
This
we
is
got?
my grandfather, Butterton, in World War I.
Wow.
So.
Is this a family picture up here?
This is Pat's father in World War II and her mother. And this
I see the resemblance.
is my dad, Buddy Butterton. After the war, he was a bugler in World War II, and he created his own group. And this is Buddy Butterton and his orchestra.
That's pretty classic.
My dad.
It is very classic. And the linotype print with the silhouette, that's really neat.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
So
I love how you archive your family on the walls like that.
Oh, yeah.
What have we got going on? Look at Pat. Whose grandbaby is that?
That's our first granddaughter.
Beautiful.
And this is granddaughter, and Pat helped deliver her. This is Vivian,
Gorgeous
who
portrait.
lives in Denver.
Is that the one that just recently came to your show that I didn't get to meet because I was sick?
Yeah, that's the one that
I'm sorry I missed that.
played with Papa Butter.
Papa
This
Butter.
is Mateo, and he was 4 when he played with Papa Butter last
I love
June.
that name, Mateo.
Yeah.
It's very spiritual. Look at all of this. What is that picture?
I don't know. We found it somewhere and it looked good, so we got it.
It's very neat.
Put it up there, you know?
I love it.
So I don't know.
So what else? What are these?
Oh, these.
Bob Rankin. Sounds like somebody I've heard of before.
Well, Bob Rankin is a very good artist, and he and I went to high school together. He was a little bit ahead of me, and he did these for us. He did these for us. This shows us meeting but not knowing each other, because we met. Pat and I met in El Salvador, and she was from
Meeting and not knowing.
Well, we didn't know each other.
Yes.
And so I'm looking this way and she's looking that way. And then we met in El Salvador.
That's cool.
And then we got together.
And you were together.
Yeah. Bob is a good friend
He
of ours.
depicted her breastises very nicely.
Realistically. You know. Let's see what's in here.
That's funny.
Anything in here? This is just a bathroom.
Got the restroom. You have memorabilia in here as well, I know.
It's just people we like.
Oh, Gandhi.
We like Gandhi.
That is definitely encapsulating your spirit. Look at that. These are just classic little pictures. Oh, who is that?
Oh, that's me and a friend of mine. We were in Jamaica.
Neat.
It's just...
That's beautiful. That's actually metal. This is a 3-dimensional piece. Oh wait, there's a record back here. What are we looking at here?
I think it's a Buddy Holly record.
It is. Oh boy, the crickets.
And there's an Elvis picture up there.
Legit. Wow. Nelson Mandela. I don't know who this is. Escapes you.
me.
It escapes you.
But this guy was a worker in the fields in California, and he organized the workers so they wouldn't be abused. Oh, it's
Nice.
a shame I can't remember. I just cannot.
That's okay. It'll come to you later.
Yeah, it will.
What else have we got up here?
I don't know. That's Pat's
Pat has
Pat's
a
workroom.
workroom.
Yeah, there she creates her art in there. And so forth. Let's see what else we got.
Here's Charlie the dog.
Charlie the
I
dog
know.
is wonderful.
Charlie's a cute boy. Yes, he is. He's a wiggly tail.
Charlie's
He's a wiggly tail.
My youngest daughter Meredith was in the Peace Corps for 3.5 years in Panama, out in the jungle. And this is her wearing an indigenous dress.
How old was she?
Oh man, she was like 19.
Young.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. She had finished school, so she was probably
Maybe 20.
21, 22. This is Pat and I hiking up Kehadden in Maine. And Pat has no fear of heights.
Clearly.
She just says, "Oh, take the
hanging
picture."
on the side of the
and I'm
rocks.
going, "Take the damn picture." Hurry up.
That's really high.
Yeah.
Look at her. She's just on the top of the world. I love that.
But speaking of Bob Rankin, we have a lot of. Well, this was out in the desert in Utah somewhere. But
He's quite the artist.
he's quite the artist.
Oh, that's pretty.
Pat and I spent a lot of time in Haiti, working in Haiti, many trips, and this one really got to me. If you can get that.
Let me get my flash going here so
Yeah.
I can get some light on. They're not available
turn
while
on
using
light.
the
I can
ultra
light
wide
right.
lens.
Stickers, and we find stuff here and there that works.
I love it. It's a collection of
Like
your
this.
experiences. Beautiful cabinet. Little chinas. Whoops. What is that? Oh, he's
It's
cool.
a sailor doing his flags.
That's really neat. Sheeps.
So Pat was walking through the woods one day with Charlie
Yeah.
and found this.
Oh, bluebirds. Hold on, I'm into the birds.
She found this abandoned piano.
Abandoned what?
Piano.
Oh my
So
goodness.
she came back, chopped it up,
Those are
and
genuine piano keys.
and she made this art. And we have 4 pieces
it's
like that.
really
2 of them
art.
outside on the porch there.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, she does great art. And she's been
Very
offered.
Isn't that a funny looking instrument? It's just an art piece, right?
Yeah, it's
not
just an art piece.
functional.
It's like that trumpet right there.
Nice.
So, right after we got
Well,
married,
Bob.
we went into Raleigh and went to this art thing in Raleigh outside, and we bought this piece because we thought it was
that's
interesting.
really beautiful.
Okay. So we bought this piece. So we fast forward 22 years, and the band had a rehearsal here, and the fellows are sitting around the living room, and Ian, the drummer, says, wait a minute. He said, what is this? And I told him, I said, we went to some art show, and some lady sold us that. He said, that was my mother.
What? Ian's mother did
And
that?
he was a little boy
No.
running around the yard.
What are the... that is
I
such
know,
a
and he was sitting
coincidence.
right there, and now he's in his 30s.
That is
you know?
amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So his mother did that.
That's a great story.
So we go to Bob Rankin's, and every Christmas he has an art show in his home.
Yeah.
And he's a very gracious guy, and we know him very well.
Beautiful.
So, and he also gives you free wine, so you catch
Wine
a buzz,
and art.
and you say, "Oh, I got to have this."
It's to ply you
we
so
had
that
to
you'll
have
buy his
this
art.
piece of
right?
art.
No,
We
it's
said,
great.
"Man, we got to have that."
Yes.
Okay. So, wow. So we bought it from him, and then we came home, and this room was pale blue.
Oh.
And Pat said, "Man, we can't put this in a pale blue room."
So
You built the whole room scheme
painted,
out of it.
We painted the whole room. So
I love it. These are my colors. All the autumn tones.
well, it's a Santa
but it
Fe.
works. Oh, what is that? That's so pretty.
Oh, that's Stephen Wilson,
That's
who
gorgeous.
was the lead guitar and writer for Porcupine Tree.
Oh, wow.
What a band.
That's beautiful.
We've
little
seen him
bit.
twice and it just blew us away.
I just think that's the coolest piece. That's really beautiful in the
Yeah.
colors. Look at that.
That's from Haiti.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really three-dimensional. I
Anyway,
can't
she
depict
painted-
it.
We painted this
And
room
there's this.
to make this painting fit.
I think that's really amazing because they all fit because his whole collection kind of just works here. What's that?
All right, what's next?
I don't know. You lead. I'll follow.
This is just the house.
Just a house. It's not just a house.
We love
It's a
a house.
museum. Smells good in here.
We love it. This to me
So much.
is the woman's wall.
Oh, sorry, Charlie.
We were always
just said that.
impressed with Eleanor Roosevelt because in the 40s, in the late 40s, she tried to elevate minorities and black people
Yeah.
and women,
Yeah.
which was unheard of in the 40s.
First women's liver.
Right. But in a
But more than that.
in a gentle way.
Right.
And she did have some power because her husband was president.
Certainly.
But after he died, she still exerted her gentleness to bring minorities and women up to front. Whereas Angela Davis in the 60s and 70s was a real radical, and she didn't mince words. She was great, man.
Sister, you are welcome in this house.
That's right. And she is welcome because instead of being gentle about it, when people started pushing back, she pushed back, and I just admired her
awesome.
oomph.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Changing, making changes. That's neat. The hops in the middle. Cherish the natural order, natural people. Nurture people and non-conform freely. Get some hand-painted tiles. Hand-blown glass.
Yeah.
So much. Let's make a little bit of light on this.
And lots of shot glasses.
Lots of shot glasses. They're the easiest thing to pick up in travels, aren't they? But these are antiques down here.
Yeah.
You got some neat stuff.
Charlie, you want to go out? You can go out. So.
Oh, those are pretty.
Go ahead and go.
Okay, what's next?
I don't know. We'll see
What else? What else? What else?
Lots of stuff. We were walking through this alley in Philadelphia and came up on this, and I took this photo at just the right time in some back alley in Philadelphia.
He got his mouth wide open. Too. That's great.
And that's in Philadelphia too. Oh, we were on some back road somewhere in Canada, and I took that picture. And this is my youngest daughter.
Beautiful picture.
All around. Yeah.
That's interesting. Oh, I have a lot of these. Sea glass.
Yeah, sea glass. We were just in a place 2 weeks ago that had a ton of sea glass. It was in the North Sea.
When you were in Ireland?
England.
England?
Yeah, on the North Sea, and wow, we couldn't take it all.
This is something to be revered.
This old thing.
Yes, you have a very magnetic refrigerator.
Really?
Wow, there's a lot going on here. Lots of memories.
You know, Maria, it is a lot of memories.
It is a lot. So cool. Hank Williams.
Stacks.
It's just awesome. Prince Edward Island. Calgary. Beatles. Paperback Writer. Rain. Vancouver, Canada. Where are you moving to, Larry?
Calgary.
Calgary. And where is that located?
Calgary is above Montana and Idaho.
Okay.
Directly above it.
So you're going west, young man.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I don't know why I envisioned you were going straight up north, you know, but
No, we're not going to...
you're going to where the
plan
bears
is-
are and
let me
stuff.
get Charlie in there and I'll tell you.
Bears and wolves and things.
The plan is, and it hasn't happened yet, but the plan is, instead of driving northwest to through the Dakotas and all that, we're going to drive due north to Montreal. It's only 13 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And stay with friends a couple of days and get ourselves oriented. God, did we really do it? And they'll help us out because they're good people. And then we're going to drive across Canada and see our new country.
I think that's going to be gorgeous.
And we have somebody else. We have.
Is it okay to do that in March, though? I mean, this is when you're traveling.
We'll find out.
I mean, that's going to be some runoff time period, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's going to be all right.
You might be impeded by a little weather.
Pat's son, we're flying Pat's son down and my grandson down from Calgary, and he's going to drive Pat's car back.
Oh, so you'll have someone on the road with you.
No, they're going to take their own route. But Pat and I didn't want to drive two cars and be separated.
Right.
Phone each other or walkie-talkie each other. We wanted
Enjoy it together.
with Charlie.
Absolutely. Family trip.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do.
That's going to be amazing.
I know.
Have you been to Calgary yourself? I mean, you've been many times.
Many times. Played music there, hiked there. You know, yeah, been there. Been there when it was.
Where were you
20.
born?
I was born in Portsmouth, Virginia,
Oh, close by.
and my dad moved to Raleigh when I was in the 9th grade. So all my high school and all that was here.
Yeah. So you went to what school for high school?
Broughton.
Oh, wow. Old school Raleigh,
And
yeah.
except for living on a cattle ranch in Colorado for a little while in the 70s, since that time I've always been in
So
this
let me
area.
guess, you graduated in 67?
Correct.
There you go. That was a good guess.
Do I look?
Well,
That's fine.
little
I'm
known
glad
fact.
to be here. It's
I
still-
think I told you my ex-husband who's passed.
Yeah.
He was born in 1949, so that was his year of graduation. So I can do the math quick.
Well, you know, I'm still in a rock and roll band and not doing too bad.
Doing very well.
Very well health-wise. So,
Very well. Keeps you young, doesn't it?
well, except when you get home after a gig,
Except for when you trip over
yeah.
over mic cords.
people say, "Yeah, my chords," and I do it. Yeah, you saw me do that.
I know. We need to get you a wireless if you're going to keep doing this.
People say, "How do you get that energy?" I say, "Well, you know, it's but
Singing
then
oxygenates you.
when I get home, it's like, Pat,
We know.
can I have a shot?
Yes. How late does it take you to go to bed after a gig?
It takes hours.
Like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the
And
morning.
New Year's was 4:15.
Oh my.
But usually I get home and we have a shot and we talk and how the gig is. And I'll be honest with you, I take Pat up to the bedroom and I walk in, I slam the door and I say, "Can we wait till tomorrow? I'm really tired."
That's not what I thought you were going to say. but then I would have been surprised too. I usually have to wait till my ears stop ringing at
No.
least.
No, Pat is at every gig, so she is totally hip to all of that. So.
She is. She's your ride or die for sure.
But are you taking videos with this or with that?
I'm doing it with this right now. This is a stand. I'd like to prop it up there and we can do some more talking. Did you want to show me your office as well? Is that?
Yeah.
Is that? I know that that's
That'd be
a
fine.
really great experience.
That'd be fine. Let's
Yeah.
see what we got.
Show me what's in your office.
Sure.
So
Come on.
I want to get all the walking about, and then we can do some of the stories, and we'll
Now,
set it up on
Do you
tripod.
need
And
some more? Do you need some more light in here?
I've got this flash on. I think it's gonna fly for now. Hold on, I gotta get the Buddy Butterton and his orchestra banner going on. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's my dad's
That's awesome.
banner.
In the end, what matters most is how well did you love, how well did you live, and how well did you learn to let go. Dalai
And
Lama.
the hardest one is,
How well did you learn to let go?
that's right.
Truly,
Yourself.
people will let their whole past bog them down and keep them from enjoying the moment. And it's not worth it, baby.
And yesterday is history.
That's neat.
And tomorrow is a mystery. But today,
That's why they call it the present.
let's see. Maybe I'll turn the light on for this so you won't have a.
Oh, my
shining,
goodness. It's so beautiful in here. I adore this.
Maybe you can turn off that flash if you don't need
Yep.
it. This is. I got this off of a telephone pole
No way.
in November of 1965.
Oh my
And
gosh.
the Rolling Stones showed up.
That
And,
piece is worth some money. You know that, right?
And it's an original poster. And then I got their autographs down here, including Brian Jones.
Hey, how did you do that?
I asked him. I met him.
You met him and did
We
it.
talked to him, and I'll give you that story a little bit later.
Isn't that incredible? Mick.
Bill Wyman, the
Bill
bass
Wyman.
player. Let's see what we got there.
Who is
Brian
that?
Jones. He died in 1969. He
Yeah.
was the guy with the blonde hair.
He's
And
1 year
there's-
old.
There's Keith's, yeah. And I had a Charlie Watts, but somebody took it out of my hand, and I never got it back.
Oh gosh, it would have been a complete set.
That's all right. That's all right. I got to meet them. They were
Bet.
very nice guys.
Charlie Parker, Howlin' Wolf. 50,000 Elvis fans can't be wrong.
Fronts.
I just don't even understand what I'm looking at, some of this stuff. Seriously.
That's just something from France. I don't know, man.
It's beautiful, though. It's really interesting. You got an honorary PhD there, Larry? Ah, here we go. Honorary PhD.
Phenomenal husband and dad.
I believe it. Look at that.
Now,
The Atlanta International Pop Festival.
it's the second one. I went to that.
1970
Yeah, I went to that.
in July.
Jimi Hendrix came out at midnight on July 4th in
Really?
front of 450,000 tripping people and played the Star Spangled Banner.
That's the story I want to hear.
That's the true story.
Did you have a recording of that?
No, but you can get a recording.
But you can get a recording of it.
Yeah, you can get a recording of it.
Look, he wants to leave. I think he's moving to Canada. Oh my gosh, there's Sergeant Pepper's.
Well, this Sergeant Pepper's, I've never played it. It's a picture disc.
Oh, you can play it.
That is the disc itself.
Yeah, I can see the grooves and stuff from here. That's really awesome.
Yeah. So.
That's really cool. I remember back in the day when they'd print things on records like that.
This guy really inspired me to play harmonica. Mark Winter of the Nighthawks.
Okay.
The Nighthawks were out of D.C. and he was
your
is a phenomenal harp player.
So where are all these calendars that you send and all the cards that you write to all of your many fans?
I just take calendars and I just cut them up and make thousands.
The shoe calendar. Oh. That's the one. That's the one that is the most infamous, I'm sure. I have to admit.
You mean these?
Yes, the first shoe calendar page that you sent me, I was like, what in the world does this mean? Because it was so bizarre. I'd never seen anything like it. It was the weirdest shoe I'd ever seen in my life.
Well, there are lots of them.
I was like, what is his intention with this?
I know. Is he flirting or is he just crazy?
I didn't know. And then you sent one to Francis, and then you, of course, and then all of my friends would call me and say, so you know Larry, right? So why should I give him my address? And I said, you must give him your address. You don't want to miss this opportunity. So I love it. That's one of the best things. That's why your crowded gigs are like they are, because you grab fans and you keep them for life.
Well, I love to write letters. And
it's a lost art.
Also, and please sit down if you like.
Oh, I'm enjoying documenting.
I love to write letters, and I like to send birthday cards because think of all the crap you get in the mail.
Yeah, I don't get personal mail anymore. No one does. I mean, it's
and
just...
so to get something that says, hey, how you doing? Or, hey, I heard you were sick. Or, hey, happy birthday. You know, it's something personal.
And you write with emojis, even in pen. You write with so much emotion.
I would like to get that in the mail instead of
I love it.
Hey, I got a deal for you.
It is a celebration in our house when we get Larry Butterton mail. It really is. You make the impact you intend, I promise. It's fantastic. I see you're really well read as well. You've got some very cool collections.
Yeah, I like to read. How did I?
It's a lost art as well nowadays, you know.
And these are, when I first started visiting Pat, she took me over to British Columbia, which is next to where we're going to go.
That's what the flag is on the ceiling?
Yeah, that's British Columbia. It's the province next to Alberta. It's a really nice place.
It's a beautiful flag.
And we spent a lot of time in Haiti.
Yeah.
And Haiti meant a lot to us. But Pat and I met in El Salvador, which is that bluish white flag right there.
Gotcha.
So we have that. And then there's this poster. You can come over here and see this. You can figure that one out.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about that one up there?
Yeah.
The dentist?
No. Not the dentist, but above that, right
above
there.
Oh, way up there.
Yeah,
oh, that's Jimmy Carter and you.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a minute. Let me get on that. Oh, my goodness. You know Jimmy. What year?
That was March of 1976.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So that was the year of his presidential election, wasn't it?
Correct. That's right.
I remember that. I believe it or not. I was 8.
My dad, like I told you, was a Politico, and I flew down to Florida to see him and my mother in Jacksonville, and I got off the plane, and it was the day before the Democratic primary. And he said, hey, do you want to meet George Wallace, Ronald Reagan, or Jimmy Carter? And I had just finished reading a magazine article about Jimmy, and I said, Jimmy.
Yeah, why would you think Ronald Reagan was going to be anything at that point?
So he took me into this room. I don't know where it was, man. It was somewhere. And there was a lot of smoke and a lot of reporters and all this stuff. Is this too loud?
Oh, no, I love Willie.
And there was Jimmy over there in the corner. And I had on a denim shirt and hair pulled back, and a chain with a spoon on it, and tie-dye t-shirt, and probably boots, whatever.
Yep.
And so he introduced me to Jimmy, and Jimmy talked to me like I was the only guy in the room.
Was this in Florida?
Yeah, the day before the Democratic primary. So we had like a 30-second conversation. But he turned to me and he said, "You got a good dad," because he apparently knew my dad.
Yeah.
And so some photographer from the Jacksonville, Florida newspaper took this picture.
That's a great
So
picture.
there you go.
That's pretty epic.
So I have
Definitely.
a color copy of it too. I just found it like 6 weeks ago. I didn't even know I had it.
I think I saw that when we walked through before. What is on top here with the Peace, Love, and Ringo Starr? What is that?
Oh, that's
Right above
Ringo's band came to Raleigh.
Oh, yeah, that's neat. That's a beautiful
So
print.
I never saw him or his band, but I did get
Cool
that.
print. That's got a lot of color.
But a lot of my musical heroes are here. Like when I was a kid, my old man would listen to Louis Armstrong.
Oh, yeah.
This is the most cornball crap. What is this crap? And then it was an
You
acquired
didn't
taste,
appreciate it.
and then I came to learn that he was a genius.
Right?
Especially in the late 30s and early 30s. Love that stuff.
Yeah, what a groundbreaker.
Oh, he was great.
Who is this right here?
That thing?
Is that George Carlin or something? What is that? I can't tell who that
No,
is.
it's
It's really funny looking.
Einstein.
Is it?
No, let's
He's
see.
holding a stogie. Time to get the glasses out.
Yep.
Blues for Babies. Look at all the
Oh,
harmonicas.
You know who this is? Who was that philosopher? SFF. I can't remember.
That's
But
okay.
this picture of Barack, I took.
You did?
Yeah, I took that.
That looks like a portrait.
Yeah, I got it close. Remember.
That's
But
okay.
this picture of Barack, I took.
You did?
Yeah, I took that.
That looks like a portrait.
Yeah, I got it close.
That's really incredible. That looks like he posed for you.
What's that?
It looks like he posed for you.
No, he didn't. I just
That's
got close.
It looks like a portrait.
Sigmund Freud. That's who this is.
Oh, yes.
Sigmund Freud. And that's Jerry Garcia.
Yes, it is.
That
Isn't it?
fits, doesn't it?
Yeah, look at what he's got in his mouth.
And this
And
is
then,
Pat and I on our
speaking of Jerry
honeymoon.
Garcia. Where?
It's Pat and our honeymoon at Lake Louise in Canada.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. And
So
Bob,
cool.
I've always been a big Bob fan.
Of course. Did you see the movie that he had that came out last year?
I did.
It was pretty
Twice
cool,
in
wasn't
4
it?
days.
Yeah, we went and saw it. And we hadn't been to see movies in ages and really enjoyed that. I didn't understand his relationship with Joni.
Well, he was egotistical.
Yeah, well.
And I got to see this guy too. I didn't get his picture, but
Martin?
I got to see him speak.
That's cool.
And there was a story behind that.
You must have been a teenager when you did that.
I think, I was 19.
Yeah. It's kind of cool looking. What is that? Oh, wow. There's boobies involved.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know this yet.
Oh, my goodness. Janice.
Now, listen, man, this photo, this poster, and this poster here is Moby Grape. Well, Moby Grape was an early Haight-Ashbury San Francisco band. They only made 2 albums that were any good, and nobody's ever heard of them.
Moby Grape.
But this poster of Janice and this poster of Moby Grape were in a one of the trunks. I got trunks full of 60s stuff. And it was at the bottom. And I'd pull them out and I'd say, I'm going to toss this. And Pat said, no, let me frame
framed them.
So she just framed them about
Yeah.
2 months ago. And of course, we don't have any room in the wall, so I just put them in here to hang out.
I feel like I've heard of Moby Grape. I really do. But then again, I have...
They were more of a
The
pop
reference.
band instead of a psychedelic band.
Yeah.
They were a very good band.
That's awesome
Let me
picture
show
of
you a
Janice,
friend of mine
though.
up here if you can get your...
Who's that?
You might need your flash. flash onto this one.
Where am I going?
Right there.
Up top? The guy that's blowing smoke out of his nose?
That's Mortimer Johnson.
Mortimer.
Big Belly Johnson.
And what
And
was
that
it?
is in Negril, Jamaica.
That's
And we used to go to Jamaica, we, as in my friends.
He looks
and I.
like he was partaking in something.
Well,
I'm trying to get a
He would-
focus on that. Let's get in.
Mortimer had the best ganja. And you think you could smoke a little bit and say, gee, I'm stoned. You smoke a little bit and go,
He looks like he was doing something
what
right
is my
then.
name? So that's how he would smoke, with that smoke blowing out of his
That's a
nose.
lot. Awesome. Keep calm and carry on.
Hey, we got that at the Albert and Victoria Museum in London. I thought that was
There's all kinds of stuff hanging in here.
all kinds of stuff. Now, let me tell you, if you want to hear it,
I do.
this stick here,
This stick,
this stick,
this whole
that's
stick,
holding things.
the walking stick.
Yeah. That stick, and see the bark to it, it was off a birch tree right here. See, there's the bark to it. But Pat and I were in Maine, in northern Maine, and we wanted to camp. And the campground, there was a parking lot, and then the campground was on the other side of the Pleasant River. Well, the Pleasant River was really only about the most calf deep.
Because it was pleasant. It was pleasant.
So we put our camping stuff on our back and just walked back there and walked across the Pleasant, set up the tent, and it was all cool. And the Appalachian Trail was right behind it. We were going to walk on a little bit of that. And that night, God came out and took both of his hands and poured more rain than we had ever seen.
So you were floating that night, were you?
And it was like
The Pleasant River was no longer pleasant.
So the next day we got up and everything was soaked, and we were soaked, and we said, well, man, let's just go back to the car. However, the Pleasant River was above the waist,
Oh my.
and it was going,
Yeah.
well, how are we going to do this, man? So I said, let's do this. I'll put the stuff on my back, and you hold on to my shirt, and we'll slowly walk across this raging river.
Ooh.
Well, I got about halfway in it, and Pat's holding on to my back, and you could feel it, man. And I knew I was going to go. I knew it.
Oh,
I
did you
said,
take
and I
a
turned to
look?
her and I said, babe, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. And I turned around, and this stick came down the river. And I grabbed that stick. This is a true story. I grabbed that stick and stuck it in the sand, and we walked back to to the side of the river where we were camping.
Wow.
So
It
we
saved
kept
you.
That stick
Yeah.
saved us. Always kept that stick, and then brought
It's a
it
great
in
stick,
here.
and it's really straight as well,
Yeah,
which is weird.
it was a god.
Because birches
thing, man.
don't really grow straight like that.
But that's what that stick is all about.
That's really awesome. We used to peel the bark off the birch and chew it.
I've never heard of that.
When we went to the mountains, I used to vacation from 5 years old up in Dillsboro, North Carolina, which is in Jackson County,
Yeah.
south of Cherokee, and of course the kids in the little hollow where where the little tiny cabin was that my grandfather refurbished with my dad. We had some little hillbilly friends, and they were the most fun in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know how we lived through some of the adventures they took us on, but we don't tell our parents about those things. I mean, we were like riding little ponies bareback
I know,
on the
yeah.
side of the mountain with trails that weren't wide enough to walk on. And if you went off the side, you went off the side for a long way. And, their parents would
But
drink
don't they make
moonshine.
great stories.
They would sit on their front porch and drink moonshine, shoot guns off in the air for fun on Sundays. That was their entertainment. It was great. Yeah, but they would they taught us like how to the sweet birch trees, I believe it was. That we would peel the birch bark and chew it. It was delicious. It tasted like Like the chewing gum on beech nut. Or
Well,
maybe it was beech nut. Maybe
maybe
it was
it was a
beech.
beech tree.
Maybe I'm thinking beech instead of birch.
Yeah.
But they taught us all
Beech
kinds
nut,
of interesting
it's
things.
beech nut gum, so it probably was.
It was
a
the beech, not the
tree.
birch. That's what it was. But the birches had the white wood with the little notch marks on it. Yeah, yeah. It was so much fun. I had the best childhood, you know, in the mountains. I loved it. So that's where my soul goes, you know.
So this is my office, and this is when I hang out and write letters and stuff. This is
Gorgeous.
This is what I do.
I just think it's so interesting. I would sit in here all the time. It's just vibing. Totally.
When I was in high school, I was in this band, and we made a record. Mister, You're a Better Man Than I. It was a cover of a Yardbirds tune. But there's a copy of that record right up there.
Oh, your own record that you made in high school. Check it out.
JCP Records.
See if I can get a zoom on that. JCP Records. Look at that. Larry had a record.
Yeah.
Is that the only record that you've ever made?
Yes.
Really? All the stuff you've done, and that's the only record you printed. I mean, tell me about what you've done.
Well, you want to get your other camera?
Yeah, well, this is the camera. I'm going to set it on a different profile and set it on the stand, and let's go have a conversation. Do you want to do it in here?
Yeah, you can sit
Let me.
right there.
All right, we are rolling. Interview with Larry Butterton, part 2.
Well,
So I'm really glad you did this interview with me
Well,
because
thank you for
I'm
coming over.
nosy.
Oh, okay.
and
I
you're
mean-
and you're a curious person.
Oh,
I mean, from the moment I met you, I know I've told you this story, but I want to tell it for everybody else. I guess it was in 21. I went up to Desi's in Morrisville, and you were playing in the gazebo out back because we were still on restrictions from COVID.
Right.
Couldn't play inside. And you guys did a Zeppelin set that night. It was all Zeppelin. And you and Kevin, Kid, and I don't remember who all was in the band then. I don't know if it was all the same people that I know today. But I think your drummer was the same, if I'm not mistaken.
Ian.
Ian was still there. But I was just blown away. I'm a
thank you.
massive Zeppelin fan. But you epitomized the soul of music. You had your scarf and the way you do things, the way you dance, the way you sing, the way you make it your own. Honey, it was the closest thing I could get to seeing them for real. And I know Robert Plant's still out there doing his thing, but what he's doing now ain't what he used to be doing.
Well, the thing is, it took me maybe 2.5 or 3 years to be able to have the vocal range to sing the song rock and roll.
Oh my
Been
God.
a long time since I rock and roll. It's
can't
really
do
hard,
it.
you know. And so I finally did it. And so we do it. I do it okay. Sometimes I don't.
And you don't
quite
drop
hit
it
the notes.
down. You do it in the key and everything.
Do it in the key.
Yeah.
But then, just in 25, he and
Allison
Krause played at the Carrie,
Yeah,
Whatever.
at Cocoa Booth.
and I heard a video of him doing rock and roll, and he said, "Been a long time since I rock and roll."
depressing.
I said, "Damn, man, I busted my ass to sound like you at 19."
Did you enjoy it?
No,
Neither did I.
no.
I'm
busted
sorry
my ass to
if
get-
Robert,
hit
you
those-
ever see this. I love you, but that was not satisfying.
And I thought, well, I'm glad that I could still hit those notes, his
Yes.
19-year-old notes.
Yes, I adore
Well,
it.
thank you for that story.
Francis gave me a book that's all of Zeppelin songs. There's like 90 something. I don't know. It's got a page for every song
Wow.
that they did, and I can't wait. I've been just
I saw
slowly
him once.
going through it. That was a great Christmas present. So love it. That's my favorite band. It always has been.
I saw them in March of 1970 at Dorton Arena. And I have a bootleg copy of it right over here.
Yes, that was one of the things that made me want to do this interview when you told me you had that. The bootleg. You don't have something to play it on, do you?
No, but I
Oh,
can
dear
make you a
shame.
copy of it.
Oh,
I'm making
no.
a copy for Kevin, as a matter of fact.
Well then. please,
And it's
please,
like
please.
grade
That
B
would be-
minus.
I don't care. The idea of having it.
Yeah.
That would be my payment for doing this interview with
Yeah,
you.
your payment. Okay.
Well, it's the
I'll give
bootleg
you
copy
the
of Zeppelin from the 70s. That's classic.
But it was
That's
great.
beautiful.
We sat on the 4th row, and they came out, and it was just after
You were on the 4th row.
after
at
a whole
Dortmund.
lot of love. It came out after a whole lot of love, and it wasn't tickets for $4 like that Rolling Stones in
I never
1965.
got to see them.
I think the tickets were like $6.
Yeah.
And they played all of that, and they had 3 encores, and they finally came out and said, "We love Carolina. We don't know any more songs."
Oh no.
Yeah, they played everything.
In
And
'70, they only had what, 3 albums or 2 albums?
well, A Whole Lot of Love was off their second album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was good. And
Did they close with like Dazed and Confused or
I
something
can't.
like that?
Yeah, well, it's over there. I can't remember.
I can't wait to
But
hear
the
it.
next year, I had to sit on the 11th row, and no, I beg your pardon. It was the year before that, '69.
Oh.
I had to sit on the 11th row and saw the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
At
And-
Dorton Arena?
At Dorton Arena.
All the echo.
And that was amazing.
What were they thinking when they built that place? I bet the sound was crazy, wasn't
The
it?
sound was awful.
Oh my gosh.
But I got to see the Jimi Hendrix twice, so I'm glad I said. But Zepp only once.
Even so, I mean, that's just, if I could go back in time, that's where I would go.
I know.
Yeah, because I mean, you just can't recreate that stuff. You know, I was born in the wrong decade.
The first concert I ever went to, hold on a second. The first concert I ever went to, I was 13. I think it was 1962 or something. And it was a rhythm and blues show. Well, I lived in Richmond, and Richmond was very segregated. And a lot of people might not know what segregated is, but that means black and white.
Sure.
Didn't go to school together.
You're on this side or that
bathrooms together and nothing. But I begged my dad. No, my dad was a good cat. A little on the conservative side, but he was a good dude. He wasn't a hater. But he said, you know, son, this is a colored show. I said, I know, Dad, but I gotta go. Please. So he took me.
How did you get interested in that type of music at 13?
Oh man, well I'll tell you that in a minute. But I've always loved rhythm and blues. Is my favorite kind of music, and I want to see this. And it was, you might not know these names, maybe some people on the camera will understand. But it was Solomon Burke and Sam Cooke.
Of course I know
and
Sam Cooke.
Jerry Butler.
Of course I know Jerry
And
Butler.
you know, and the white entertainers were Tommy Rowe, who was a pop singer, and Chris Montez, who did a song, "Oh, Let's Dance," and also the Orlons, "Wah wah 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 tusi."
That's
Come
a
on
huge
and
show.
take a chance.
Okay,
and
that's
baby,
not a
let
little
me
show.
dance.
That's a huge show.
Right. So we went to the mosque in Richmond, which was a show place, and so we had to stand outside. And we were the only white people. Well, now, it wouldn't have made any difference. But then it was a big deal. It wasn't such a big deal to me. I thought, well, you know, there's a lot of colored people here. And oh, look at all these kids. And my dad wasn't freaked out, but he was like, he wasn't used to that. So we went inside, and there were 2 rows of white people. And it was different from any other show because they had an MC that told jokes and off-color jokes. Not necessarily dirty, but and my father would look at me every time they say something about, you know, is my son hearing this? You know. Then the music started. And instead of going, la 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 la, oh, this is so good, the people stood in the seats and they jammed and they danced. Well, we had never seen anything like this. And I was like, my brain was getting so many wrinkles on it. This is like, and you know, my old man was going, oh, what's happening? And people were standing in the seats and dancing in the aisles and and just, you know, it was insane, man.
Yeah, you go to a white concert and everybody's sitting there, tapping their toes.
Yeah, okay. And, you know, no, this was nuts. And so, as I remember, my dad made it through. Okay, he never complained. I knew at the time, even at 13, he was a little uncomfortable because he just wasn't used to that.
That just speaks
scene.
volumes for your dad.
It
really does.
I mean, it put new wrinkles in his brain, too.
I believe it.
He probably went to work the next day and said, you wouldn't believe where I went.
To see Sam Cooke, though.
Sam Cooke was great.
Oh, my goodness.
But that really got to me. Now, that kind of music,
Is
It's just
it?
somebody doing LA Woman, Stop the Doors.
It's not. Turn it up a little. What is it? It sounds like Janice. Why would she be singing The Doors? What is your
Oh,
story?
this is Big City Band.
Oh, that's you.
I really didn't know.
Who is that? Who's that masked singer?
Yeah, because that's Newhouser playing.
What is that? An MP3 player you got there that's just got a collection?
Right, an iPod.
Oh, your
Several
iPhone.
of them.
Yeah,
40,000 songs.
that's awesome.
Yeah, this is Peak City Band.
Sounds great.
Yeah, great.
Who is that band?
Anyway,
Oh, no doubt. Y'all should have had an album done.
my dad was a bugler in the Army in World War II.
You played taps and things like that?
Yeah, and when he came home in the late 40s and early 50s, I hear me now.
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize it. Anyway, he came home and he started Buddy Butterton and his orchestra.
Yeah.
And he had a little side group. Yeah.
Did he play a bugle in the orchestra?
No, he played trumpet.
Trumpet.
And he also played an upright bass too.
That's
And my mother would sing. So I got pictures of him back then.
So you come by it honest.
Yeah, so, and the music we heard,
Big band.
yeah, big band, like,
There's something about big band music though.
it's great stuff.
My
Yeah.
daughter did gymnastics and she loved big band music for her routines. And that's kind of what got me into it. Listening to, things, not boogie woogie, but something like that, with that good jive kind of
Right, I
going,
understand.
He's appreciating himself on the.
I was listening to the bass. Whoever was playing bass is pretty good.
It's not TJ.
No, it's probably Mike Harris.
Oh, okay, yeah. Gosh,
But it's definitely Newhouser on keyboards.
I love Tom Newhouser. He's
But
great.
anyway, I listened to Harry James and Glenn Miller and Duke Ellington because that's what my parents listened to, plus the pop stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I grew up on. And then one night, my dad came home and he had two 78 records. You know what I mean by 78?
Oh, yeah.
Big 78s,
The
they
big
go real
ones, big
fast.
ones.
And he said, I'm going to play this for you. And I was like 5 or 6, And he put it on and it said, since my baby left me, I'm feeling all alone. The lonely house is a place with heartbreak hotel. Well, and the other side was Hound Dog.
I just saw something about that. Hey, who is it? Axton. Hey,
Hoyt Axton.
Hoyt Axton wrote that song.
Right, he did.
His mother put the lyric. She was one that put the lyric. His mother wrote it actually, and she was the one. So somebody sent him a letter. Gave her a letter. One of his family members, I can't remember, brother or something, came and brought this letter and said, this is really interesting. And it was this man that had written a letter, I think before he killed himself or something like that. And it was about, since my baby left me and found a new place.
Been so all alone.
Right. Found a new place.
Live on the street of Lonely Street.
And she put Heartbreak Hotel at the end of it.
Yeah.
She was the one that came up with that line. He wrote the song, and it just became what it became, you know what I mean? Like, who knew?
After hearing that, man, I was like 6 or something. And I thought that the guy was a black singer because Elvis appealed to black and he appealed to country
he learned
and
at
he
the
appealed to
knees.
pop.
Yeah, he learned at the feet of the
So
gospel
that's
singers.
where I got that black love. And I would... Good scream.
That's a good singer.
Yeah, I would say so. It's so cute.
So adorable.
So I'd listen to pop singers too, white pop singers, Frankie Avalon and that's
Oh, yeah.
and all that. But I always liked it. Oh yeah. But I always liked that black sound, and I grew into that black sound, black rhythm and blues.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be raindrops, so many raindrops. It feels like raindrops falling from my eyes, falling from my eyes.
Because you're a singer at heart, and
Well,
the
I love
singing.
And so that led me to this rhythm and blues show. And I listened to then the Beatles, but then the Rolling Stones hit me. And the Rolling Stones back then played rhythm and blues and blues. And I was just starting high school, and there was this new kid in school who didn't know anybody, come up from Alabama, and he turned me on to blues. And at the same time, I started listening to, and he said, listen to this, man. He turned me on to Jimmy Reed, he turned me on to Muddy Waters. Oh,
That's
Muddy
the
up
stuff
there.
right there.
And I was just like, oh, this is like, and then we heard the Stones, and they were doing the same thing,
Yeah,
except
because they were copying Muddy Waters.
that's how they made it.
Yeah.
But they were British, and we started listening to that, and then we started our own band, The Sands, that
The
record.
Sands, that record up there, yeah.
And that's what we played. And we were a little bit different in high school playing that kind of stuff.
What kind of guitars did you guys have in that band?
Oh, he had a Gibson Les Paul
Les
special.
Pauls,
Yeah.
those were the things back then. Yeah.
But, cheap amps and cheap microphones. And I was just learning how to play. But I started listening to
Little single directional microphones.
Yes.
Yep.
And no monitors. Didn't even know what they were. But I started listening to the Paul Butterfield Blues Band. And, oh, man.
I don't know that.
Paul Butterfield Blues Band. Paul Butterfield was a white guy in Chicago. And his guitar player was Mike Bloomfield, one of the greatest guitarists ever. And the rest of his band was black. And they put this integrated band together, and they are tremendous. Man, I ought to just make Paul Butterfield Blues Band. There's nothing like them. And he's the best harp player ever. I can still, and this year, we started playing his best song, Born in Chicago. I was born in Chicago, 1941.
Oh, yeah.
That's great stuff. And then I started going backwards and listening to his roots, Little Walter, and those guys. And so that's how I started playing harp.
And that's awesome. When did you get the washboard?
The washboard is, it's like, oh, this is interesting.
First time I saw you pull that, I was like, oh yeah.
What is this? Charlie Norkus.
It was great. It's so awesome to see it,
But around, and I started listening after I got out of that band in high school. I started listening to early Grateful Dead and early Jefferson Airplane and that psychedelic San Francisco stuff, Moby Grape.
Right.
But I went to see James Brown at, where else? Dorton Arena.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, let's see what this is about. And I sat like on the second row.
That must have been pig
And
squeeze
I
all,
thought,
right?
why am I listening to psychedelic music when he would dance and then he'd fall on his knees and they put a blue cape on him and he'd sweat like a pig like I do.
And
then
squeal.
he'd throw it on and go, ow! and I thought, damn, why am I listening to psychedelic music when I can listen to this?
I know. That's incredible. There's nothing
just
like
like,
it.
Ah!
There's nothing like it.
And I'll tell you what, James Brown live in 1968, and his hair was a pompadour. It wasn't, I was trying to be cool and be hippie, No, he didn't need that, man. He had a slick back pompadour.
I was just recently deep diving in some stuff, Zeppelin and Yardbirds and stuff, but I saw Clayton Rocks is going to have Carmine Peach, and he played with Cactus and Jeff Beck and Vanilla Fudge.
Oh,
and,
you're talking about, I saw
they're doing
Cactus.
drummers. He's a drummer that's coming and doing a thing up at Clayton Rocks coming up in a couple weeks. And so it kind of put me in a rabbit hole, deep diving who he is and who he's been. Of course, I know Vanilla Fudge, but I hadn't heard Cactus with Jeff Beck, and I was just like listening to that. There's a song called Evil that's like, it's got this bass. I literally ripped the bass lines and the drums off of that to use it for the backing track for the MAKSBeat Music Radio Show intro, because I'm just like, they don't do it like that anymore. The drum rhythms and the bass. It's such good stuff.
I saw Cactus once at that Atlanta Pop
You did?
Festival. I did.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I was going to ask you.
Cactus's first album over there.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm a big fan, honestly, because I
were a
love
hot
Jeff Beck
band.
clearly, but I mean the drums and the bass on that. Tom Bergen, I think, was the guy that was the drummer on the bass player on that.
No, his name was
Tom.
Oh, why even guess?
I thought it was Bergen, Bergen or something like that. I just read it, but regardless,
Sweetie, I'll find it for you.
incredible. And, you know where it's at?
Sure, these things are
With a
all in
flashlight.
alphabetical.
Can you see that?
These things are all in alphabetical and chronological order.
Wow.
So,
That's quite the collection. That's it.
Cactus.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh
Tim
my
Bogart.
God, Tim Bogart. Yeah, you got it. I said the wrong thing. Tom Bogart. Tom. That is awesome. I can't believe you have this album. I was just looking at this album. It's so cool. Do you have Evil on here? Because that's the
I
song
don't know.
that's like so. I don't think it's on that one. I think
It
it's
is
on
not on there.
It's on a different one, an older one, I think. It's so interesting. Just such a great band. Such a great band. And you know, they led off into some really phenomenal directions from that band.
And you named the drummer. You called him
Carmen
Carmen.
A-P-E-P.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know.
I've always
Peachy,
said Carmen Appice, but I might.
Appice. Thank you. You have it correct.
I might have had it wrong
No,
for all
I
these
don't know how to
years.
say the words. I know how to read, but I don't know how to read it right. Appice is the name. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good album. I'm gonna
It was
hold
pretty
that
great.
out and listen to it later.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I
Good
just
stuff.
listened to it recently, so.
Just about 6 weeks ago, I was going through all these trunks and stuff I'm throwing away. It's probably got one of those trunks out there.
Uh-huh.
Every concert I ever went to from 1962 to 1981.
You have the stubs?
No, I wrote
You wrote it down?
typed down every concert. you know.
At some point, it probably became too long to keep up with, huh?
Well, in '82 I quit, but
Yeah.
you know it was a 20-year thing.
That's pretty cool. Do you know where that's at?
Yeah, it's probably got one of those trunks out there.
Wow.
When we turn off this
We will have to move out there and read the
machine,
list.
I'll go find it because it's laying on top somewhere out
That's
there.
really awesome. That's awesome. So, out of all the shows you've seen, you mentioned the 1970s Led Zeppelin concert, and then you mentioned, of course, the Atlanta Jimi Hendrix experience.
Right.
What else? What is notable that made just a massive impression on you?
I've seen a lot of shows, a lot of great jazz shows, and Pat and I recently, in the last few years, go to these great classical quartets. The Chompy Quartet, Chompy Quartet out of Duke. They teach music at Duke, and they are phenomenal. And so it's great classical quartets, and we've seen great jazz shows in Carolina, and all these things. And reggae and blues. Saw
This is all
Muddy
recent
Waters.
stuff.
But the best I ever saw, ever, including all those genres, all of them, the best ever, and show me one, maybe in my future it's better, was the original Allman Brothers Band
Oh my gosh.
with Dwayne and Dickie.
Unbelievable. I completely.
I saw them 2-3 times. But May 1st, 1971, outside at Jubilee in Chapel Hill. And who opened for them? Muddy Waters, Spirit, Jay Giles Band,
Really?
Tom Rush.
Jay Giles Band?
Jay Giles Band opened for them.
I didn't know they were that old.
Jay Giles Band, first 2 albums are the best. After that, they got poppy, and I
No,
didn't
I only
listen to
know them
more.
from their pop albums.
No, listen to the first 2 albums.
I had no idea they went back that far.
Man, they were Peter Wolf. I just finished Peter Wolf's book two books ago.
Oh gosh, I have to check that out.
But they were a great rhythm and blues band. Great. But then they started making money doing pop. But they opened, Chuck Berry opened, Muddy Waters was there. But this band called Allman Brothers Band. No, first of all, it was at Chapel Hill. And I
Chapel
was
Hill.
with this woman in this.
Speak up, I want to make sure we catch
I
this.
was with this woman in this parked van.
Smooching? Were you smooching?
Yes, we were smooching. And after we finished smooching, zip. And so I got out of the van, and it was right on the street, and this yellow Ford Pinto pulled up.
Oh boy.
And this long-haired guy got out, and I said, and he opened the trunk, and he got a guitar, and it was Dwayne Allman.
No way.
So I
In
said,
a Pinto.
I said, well, he's riding in the back seat. And I said, Dwayne, he's turned. And I said, I don't want to bother you, man. I just want to say thanks for all the great music. It's meant a lot to me. And
Wow.
I said, are you going to continue to do things with Eric Clapton and Derek and the Dominoes? And he said, quote, no, man, I got other fish to fry. And then he left.
I love it. I
Okay.
love it.
So
Oh,
then, me and my smooching friend went to the show. We saw all these great bands. And so the brothers came up, and it was outside. And my nose, I was at the stage, and my nose was at Dickie Betts' boot.
Oh my God.
Here's Dickie Betts' boot, and there's Dickie Betts, and there's Dwayne.
Yeah, the handlebar going on, probably.
and Dickie and Barry Oakley, the best bass player I've ever
Jeez
seen.
Louise.
You know, and Greg was over here, and
Yes,
the two
they
drummers, and they blew me away, and it was about a month and a half after they recorded live at Fillmore East, and it wasn't released yet, but they had recorded it, and they were at the top of their game, and man, they,
Epic.
you know, Dwayne would go whoop 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 with that slide, and Dickie say, "You ain't shit," and Barry Oakley, bass player, said, "You guys ain't worth a crap."
Yes.
And they weren't even playing for the audience; they were playing for each
It's
other.
like for each
And
other.
then they'd look at each other and they'd laugh. And I said, yeah, try this, man.
Yeah.
And it just
Like
blew
dueling guitars.
me away. And I've seen some great jazz players, Sonny Rollins.
I love the jam bands.
I've seen them, so many,
Mm.
but I ain't never seen anything like that, man.
I got to meet Greg. Remember School Kids Records that used to be
Yes.
up in in Sutton Square?
Okay.
What's now Sutton Square. Used to be School Kids Records right up in that shopping center at Spring Forest Road and Falls of the News up near Saints. And they were up there doing promotional shots for playing at the Creek. And I got to get there. I got something signed. Got all of them signed.
Well,
I
that was
couldn't believe it.
in the
I couldn't believe
90s
it.
or the 2000s?
It was in the 80s. It was in the late 80s because I moved here in 85, 86. And so it had to have been like 88 probably. 89.
I never met him.
Yeah.
In fact, I never met any of the
Long, straight, blonde hair.
yes, he was a pretty boy.
Yeah. I was blown away.
Oh.
You don't understand. That was like closest thing I'd ever come to meeting a rock and roll superstar. That was it. That was my moment. You know, like I was blown away. I was so starstruck. And then we did to see him. We saw him up there. Was the Creek open? I think that was right when the Creek opened. When Walnut Creek just began. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or we saw him. Well, that had to have been there because that's the only place I saw them at was at the Creek. So I have to check my dates on that. But I'm pretty sure it was late 80s, early 90s at the latest. But it was amazing.
I know you want stories. Let me tell you about meeting the Rolling Stones.
Please.
I was 16, and my friend Steve and I were in the Sands playing around it. We played at some kind of gig. It used to be a Holiday Inn on number 1 or Capitol Boulevard or whatever you call it. And we knew the Stones were coming, and we bought tickets. We had front row tickets that cost $4. Had to save money. I got it. And so we heard
Save
that
money for
the
$4.
Stones were staying there.
Yeah.
So that day I borrowed my father's 1965 Chevelle
Dang, you don't
with
understand.
spinners
I love Chevelle.
and 2 doors.
There's a story
Dad
with
thought
that.
he was hip by buying that car.
Oh, yes, he was.
But anyway, I borrowed that
What
car.
color was it?
Oh, honey, it was light blue.
Oh, my goodness.
And we went there and knocked on the doors, and they weren't there. And we said, "Oh, excuse me." So we said, "Let's go to the airport." So we went to the airport, and my friend Steve's father worked at the airport. So I said, "Look, I'll go park the car, and you go talk to your dad, and we'll see." So I parked the car, and Steve comes running out like he's a kid, because he was. And he said, "We get to meet him. We get to meet him. We get to meet him." So his father arranged for us to take. I always remember it was a 1962 Chevrolet station wagon.
Oh, my.
Out to this
Wood panels on the side.
remote part. You know when you go to the airport now and it's where Southwest is? That was the airport. It was none of the rest of
I
it.
remember that.
But that was where it was. And he took us out to this remote part of the airport.
You used to go by Angus Barn to get to the airport.
Right. That's exactly right. You used to go to the Angus Barn.
Yep, you have to go behind the Angus Barn to get down. You go past where
'Cause
the
there was no
observation decks
40.
were, right?
So, and the driver said down, "You sit in the car and don't get out of the car until the plane lands." And we said, "Okay." Me and Steve. So we sat there. And then this big, black, brand new 1965 black Riviera pulls up behind us, and the local DJ, who was Charlie Brown, his real name was Eddie Weiss, but he called himself Charlie Brown, and we knew him because he'd promote some of our band shows, got out, and on the other side, Keith got out, and we said,
Oh man.
what do you mean, don't get out of the car? And we got out. I was 16 years old, and Keith was there, and Maria had hair down to here, you know, and we said,
They had the bowl cuts back then?
no, it wasn't. No, not.
It was longer then.
Well, actually, Brian Jones had a bowl cut,
Right.
but Keith did not. He was kind of scruffy,
Right.
and I remember saying, "Welcome to Chuck Berry country." And I later said, "Sure,"
You loaned him your coat?
and he never gave it back. But Keith went over to Brian and the piano player and said, and he pointed to me, I was standing right there, and he says, "This bloke says there's a Gibson Les Paul in this town." Well, I didn't know what a bloke was, but I figured Keith called me a bloke, so I must be cool. Whatever the hell bloke means. Really? That was my 16-year-old mentality. I didn't know nothing. But Keith called me a bloke. What does that mean?
Now you're a bloke.
It could have been jerk. I don't know, but I didn't know.
Awesome.
So, make a long story short on that. And Mick was nice. He was 22. He was so old. And I said, "Mick, can you play your blues stuff?" He says, "No, we got to play our hits, He says, we're on tour.
Yeah.
But he was kind of apologetic.
Yeah.
But he was a nice cat. I mean, they were
That's
all
really neat.
nice. They weren't snotty. They weren't drugged up. They were just nice guys. They were just young cats trying to make it.
Let me make sure I've got a good recording going here. I don't want to lose this. Oh yeah, we're still good.
Okay. So a car came in, and Mick and not Mick. Keith, Brian, and the piano player, I'll think of his name in a minute, left, to go early. So Bill Wyman, the bass player, got off. Charlie Watts got off. We met them. We met other people in the entourage, Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells, and
Neat.
the
Flaming-
Vibrations.
The Rocking Ramrods.
They were from Boston. They had a hit, Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
But we found out later that Brian and Keith went to Poole's Music on Salisbury Street, where I worked. And these people were really straight people, that worked
They
there.
didn't know
Mr.
what they were
Poole.
doing.
I mean, these, they were old. They were in their 40s or 50s or something. And so they went in there looking for that guitar, Maria, and they had sold it the day before.
Oh gosh.
But they did. Now you have to understand, Raleigh back then didn't even have an interstate. Raleigh was a really conservative little town. It wasn't 100,000 people.
Right.
And here are these guys with British accents, and hair down to hair, and Brian was wearing red corduroy pants.
They were wild looking.
I finally found some of that 5 years later.
have
and
red
worn-
corduroys?
Yeah, for
Nice.
10 years I wore it.
Oh my gosh.
And walked in, but they sold it. So anyway,
Bell bottoms, to be sure.
I got, probably. Yeah,
Probably.
mine were, so his probably were too. So Mick and Bill and Keith got in the back of a police car. And me and Steve said, "Let's follow." So we did. And we had to go, and I'm so glad you said this. We went on the other side of the Angus barn, and we rode down Highway 70, and in our headlights
Yeah.
were Mick, Bill, and Keith, and they had hair over their collar, and we were just like,
Yeah.
"That's what I'm gonna do as
That's
soon as
radical.
my daddy lets me." And we were squealing like we were kids, like, "I can't believe it, that's the Rolling Stones," because we were kids.
Oh wow. Who shouldn't be doing that?
So we we went to Reynolds Coliseum at State, and they ran in, and we got a parking spot. So we went in, and all these bands, the Embers played open
Oh
for,
my goodness. They still play.
and a Carrie band called Unknown 4 played,
Mm-hmm.
and these other bands.
Was it a Beatles ripoff or something?
No, it was they were just pop bands,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the Stones came out, and I still have a list of the songs that they played. They only played for 35 minutes, and there was no screaming.
At Reynolds.
At Reynolds, there was not. There were the only things that were guarded. There were, these police barriers up, but nobody was rushing the stage. Me and Steve were on the first row, and we were like,
Oh, wow.
But they played one song, "Mercy, Mercy." Have mercy, baby. Have mercy on me. An old rhythm and blues song.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one song where Keith had stopped playing and Mick would sing. It was just a little bridge. Please don't say we're through. And Keith looked right down at me and Steve, and he recognized us from the airport, and he said, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And then he started, and that is a true story.
From the stage.
And of course, we came close to dying.
I'm sure.
And the next day, Steve and I went to high school and told everybody, and nobody would believe us.
I can't imagine.
But he went, "Oh, hey, how you doing?"
And he talked to you.
He just from the stage right there, because there was no yelling and no cops or any of
That's
that.
so
It was
chill.
just, and that's where I met the Rolling Stones.
That's awesome. I got to see the Rolling Stones at Carter Finley in 1994. I was 7 months pregnant.
I was there.
And the Voodoo Lounge tour.
Yeah.
They had the big blow up tongues and the lips and all that stuff. And when you're 7 months pregnant, that's a lot of water in your belly.
Yeah.
And the bass. My daughter
Boom, boom,
loves
boom,
the
boom.
music to this day.
One of my friends said, "God, that was so stupid. Why'd you say something so cornball?" But he was really nice. He had kind of a handshake, like not heavy, just a nice handshake. But he was so cool because he had hair down the middle of his ears, and he had a British accent, and he talked like this.
Oh.
And he was so nice.
I would have been blown
He
away.
was so nice.
Did you realize how big he was at that point in time? And were they as...
Oh yeah,
They were.
because what I didn't realize was 2 years before that, they were scruffing. They were living in a flat in London and having to put coins in a machine so they could get heat.
Oh.
And it was 3 of them living together. They weren't
they
even
knew
writing
this.
songs 2 years ago.
So they really rose quickly in the 60s.
They started off really when the Beatles hit. Then the media people, anything British,
Right. Right.
So that helped. But then, whereas the Beatles wrote their own tunes, the Beatles wrote the Rolling Stones' first hit, "I Want to Be Your Man." Oh yeah, they were friends.
Right.
And the song was "I Want to Be Your Man," and "I Want to Be Your Man" is on the first Beatles album. Ringo sings it, and then the Stones took it, and it was their first English hit. It was not in the States.
Isn't that interesting?
So the Stones had hits in the States, but there were always other people's songs. It wasn't their own. And then they did this song called "Baby, the Last Time I Don't Know," and they wrote that. Okay, and so they were getting bigger.
This could be the last time.
And because they were British, they were stars. But when I met them, they were just on the verge of stardom, and they were so nice. And me and Steve talked to them.
Humble.
And I worked at, it was then Pool's Music Company. It was on, it was downtown Raleigh.
Oh, really?
And we knew our guitars, and Gibson had quit making Les Pauls at that time. There was a time he made them in the 50s, and then they didn't in the early 60s, in the mid 60s. And in this period, they had quit. And I said, "Do you like Gibson Les Pauls?" He said, "Oh yeah, man, I do." And I said, "Well, where I work at this store, they sell them." And I said, "There's a used one there, and it was there yesterday."
Oh,
and another
neat.
thing about Steve and I, we were like, Rolling Stones, but we never drooled. And never said, "Oh
You
my
didn't
God,
fangirl.
oh my God," never. And
Never
I
fangirl.
can say that it's not a boast; it's just the way I
Yeah,
am.
kept it together.
We were excited,
Yeah.
but these were human cats too, and they were just guys that would happen to be in the newspaper or on TV.
Only a couple of years older than you.
Really, and so, well, they were really old because Mick was 22 when I met him, and Keith was 21.
Yeah, when you're
They
16,
were
that's
old
ancient.
guys. They were really old. guy. But we had respect. We didn't call him sir, but yeah, we had respect. But so we talked to him, and then the plane comes up, and Mick and Brian get off the plane. Now Brian was the guy that started the Rolling Stones.
Right.
He's the guy with the
Right.
like this, and he considered himself the star, but he really was not. But he was a cutie.
Yeah.
And he was a very good musician. And so, and also got off the plane was a guy named Andrew Logue Oldham, who was their manager and producer, and he was their age, but he gave them the hip image. See, so this is what
Dressed him up.
British hip guys look like. And also the piano player, I know his name as well as mine, but I know it'll come to me. He got off, and he was with the original band. It was originally a 6-piece band, but he had a brushed back hair, and he had a square jaw, and they wouldn't let him in the band because of the way he looked, because he didn't look cool. He wasn't skinny, but
I never saw the keys in the Stones.
he was their piano player, and he went on tour with them, and he didn't care if he wasn't the star or in the spotlight. He just loved playing blues and piano. So he got off the plane. Why can't I think of his name? I can't think. But anyway, they all got off the plane, and Brian. I talked to Brian for a little bit about guitars and stuff, and he said, "Hey, buddy, can I borrow your comb?" And I thought I had like 6 trunks, and I said, I'll look when I get here. Well, 24 and a half years later, I opened and I found...
So disclaimer, this is in the process of moving and packing, so the disarray is to be expected.
There is a disarray.
It is dark out here. Here we go. I love this porch. I would spend a lot of time out here if I were you.
We spend a lot of time out here.
Should I shut this door behind you so we don't let all the heat out? It's nice today. Let's see what we got here.
So all of this we're moving,
Yeah.
but these trunks, it turns out I had 9 trunks and they were full of stuff.
Gosh.
I found World War I stuff, not pictures, but stuff. World War II stuff. Look at this.
Look at your Christmas cactus blooming already.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh, I
been blooming.
love it. My grandmother
Like,
used to
we
have this.
just found this yesterday,
Uh-huh.
day before yesterday.
Wow, what is
What
that?
is that? It's
It looks so fragile.
pictures my old man took in Europe in World War II.
Oh my goodness, look at these.
Pictures with guns and all kinds of stuff. But we also found pictures, very disturbing pictures. See if I can find them.
This is really incredible. Here, let me pull the pages back.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find the disturbing. And he took pictures of wherever he went, these castles and, these big houses and guys with Tommy guns and his buddies
These are
and that
epic.
whole scene, man. But, let me see if I can find these ones I'm really looking for. All the guys in
What
his,
is that?
all the guys in where he was.
Wow, that's a big unit. Look at
I
these.
know, man.
Wow, is that like Normandy or something? The army invasion in Normandy.
right,
It
right.
truly is.
He was there.
They were clipped.
He was there. And so all this other stuff going through these towns.
I love the way you have everything archived.
And this whole scene, but we're trying to reach something here. I'll tell you, and what they look like going through blah 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 blah.
This is
The
incredible.
Arc de Triomphe in Paris, and then we were going.
What is that?
It's a tank on fire.
Oh my goodness.
We were going through all of this, and it'll be here soon. And we came up.
Look at the camps.
They're not camps.
What are they?
They are stone pillars, so the tanks and the troops couldn't get past them.
Oh, wow, they're barriers.
It's like the Siegfried line. Yeah, see the Siegfried line. They're barriers. Yeah.
That's incredible.
We came up on, and we're going to hit them soon, Honest. See, this is he and his buddies in Battle of the Bulge, and it was snow, and it was cold, and that scene, you know. Okay. Honest, there's something I want to show you. You know, and then they take these action pictures.
These
you know.
photographers, I mean, they must have had massive amounts
Yeah,
of
this is my old
equipment to take
man
these.
and his buddy, you know, stuff. But then, doggone it, it's going to happen. Hold on, people. Have patience here. And, you know, the blown up buildings in that scene.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Wow. He was 19. 19 years
Wow, look at
old.
that.
Well, it must be towards the end here. Okay. We're getting there. You can see. And they're Tommy guns. Same old man had a Tommy gun. Blah, blah,
The
blah.
Battern Church and Baskerrowan.
Where do you see that?
I can't really read it.
Battle Church and, oh, who can read that? I can't.
I know.
But he also was there. Oh, and there are a lot of these pictures. They were very friendly ladies there for some reason. But he came up. They had to liberate a concentration camp.
Mm-hmm.
And so he
That's incredible.
found, look at these pictures. He found
Let me get.
these pictures.
Oh God, Larry. Oh God. That's amazing. That's just
Found
horrific.
these. He
That's so
took
horrific.
these pictures. That was him.
And he had to liberate them.
Outside of this concentration camp. That was my dad right there. But this is what he and others found.
You'd get that burned in your brain.
I don't think he
Never
ever
understood.
got over it, really.
It's inhumane. It's absolutely inhumane.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Pretty
Wow,
messed up.
that's a first captures in Leipzig.
So these trunks here, these two, were trunks that he put his stuff in, and his clothes and stuff, on the, it was the Queen Mary when he came back to
Really?
the States, yeah.
Huh.
And so he put his stuff in it, and then I stashed my stuff in it.